Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage and the Renault 25 V6 Turbo. I'm getting closer and closer to giving this a fresh MOT. Today I want to change the boots on the steering arms, the track rod arms I think it's called, and also change one of them because there is some play in one of them. I have a bit of a clonking sound going over bumps that I think could be coming from that because there is some looseness in that. I hope it will help changing it. If not, then it's gotta be the stabilizer arm or something like that. And then I'm pretty close to being ready for the MOT. I need to check the brakes also, but there's one problem. The ABS light, the service light, is back. I fixed that once. It actually disappeared for quite a while. I just cleaned up connectors, but now it's back. I've measured all the sensors. They are all right according to the specifications, at least. With the ohm and the power output when the wheels are turned, I have measured it all the way up at the connector, so the wiring should be all right also. I'm a bit worried about that actually, because it could be the pump or something like that, because the light is on instantly when I start the car. It's not something that turns on when the car starts rolling. Even if I disconnect the battery and put it back on, it's on instantly. So I'm a bit worried about that because that needs to be fixed. Anyway, that's not today. Today it's the track rod ends and the boots for the steering rack. So one thing is the rubber grommet. It's completely perished on both sides, by the way. But also take a look at this in here. When I rock the wheel from side to side, I'm just going to zoom in. You will probably be able to see the play. Can you see that it's forcing out fluid? There's not supposed to be that much movement in it. It's not a lot. It's feelable when I put my fingers in there. And I can also hear it a little bit. I think that's what I'm hearing in the car also. It's not a lot, but it's enough to really plant itself into the chassis. So I'm going to try to fix that. And here we have it. Behold, a very complicated suspension from the 80s. And also a very rust-free car in Denmark. It's the same age as I am, 39 years. This is quite impressive. The discs seems all right, but they are getting a little bit worn. But this is the thing that I want to undo. I'm gonna attempt to undo this bolt up here firstly. There we go, it's loose. I'm just gonna put it back on where it was, because I'm gonna count the amount of turns to take it off, because I really hope that I don't have to align the car. If I have to do that, I'm gonna do that myself, by the way. By the way, this car is a front wheel driven V6 Turbo, and take a look at the amount of steering angle it still can manage. That's quite impressive, I think. So there we go, that's out. I'm just gonna compare the new arm to the old. Looks to be the same if that ring also goes off. So I hope it's the same. Now I'm gonna undo that nut once again, and then count the amounts of turns needed to remove it. One. 15 turns were needed. Then I hope that ring also comes off. Yep, it does. Nice. 15. Yes, I'm gonna write that down. And I have a special tool for that. You can actually grab it in here with something, but there's not a lot of room. But with one of these, you can put that over and it will grab it when you spin. It's a pretty nice thing to have. There we go. Then just need a big one that goes on top of this or in there, and I can spin it off. There we go, it's out. And it's not at all feelable out here, but it's there, and it's because that gator was missing. Water and sand and stuff can get in there and act as an abrasive and start to wear it down. So, a new one is going in. There's a little locking tab in there. This one goes over that, and we're ready to go. There we go. And then a new rubber. Better remove the old one first. There's a hole in this that goes over that little pipe in there. Don't know if you can see it. I'm just gonna take a clean rag and just try to clean it off as best as I can in there. Oh, it's fiddly, man. I got it. So now just need to put a cable tie on it. Oh, it's gonna be hard. The other gloves is coming off as well. There we go. I need to change just the rubber on the other side, but it won't be today because I actually need to go somewhere in half an hour or something like that. So, and the Mercedes is currently also off the road due to a very worn ball joint. So that will be later. Luckily, it's a lot easier to do on the other side. There's a lot better access in there, so it's not going to be a big problem. So now I can fit this clamping thing. Quite clever, then clamps the entire thing. That should make it quite tight. Then it's 15. There we go. That's 15. And there's no play to feel now. Very nice. Just hope it tracks straight still, otherwise I will have to align it. So with that fixed, the last thing I want to take a look at today is that this car actually let me down the other day. It's probably the first time that happened in this car. It's been very reliable. I actually had to go for a job interview, and on my way there, suddenly I was a bit in a hurry. And stuff like this always happens when you have to be somewhere at a exact time. And then suddenly I changed gear and it just sounded like that. And I had no selection of gear other than the gear that I selected. So I could just continue to drive in second gear until I found a suitable place to stop. Looked underneath the car and the gear selector arm was dragging on the tarmac. What I did was to take a piece of plastic bag that I had in the car at the moment and jammed that between the rod and the selector arm. I could just reach it. I couldn't really see what I was doing. I just pressed it on and then I could continue. But I want to take a look at that repair now just to see if I can make a better repair or get the parts needed to make a good repair. I'm not really sure. There we go, that was my repair. Let's see what it looks like if I remove it again. As you can see, scratch marks from the tarmac. I didn't drive it for long like that, I just had to get out of the way. And yeah, that's what it is. So it is just a bushing that is no longer a complete bushing. So maybe I can get these bushings, so I'm gonna look for them and just do a temporarily fix that I trust a little bit more than my plastic bag, even though it worked just fine. So that's going nowhere for now. Yeah, it's just a quick fix. I hope to find a bushing kit, otherwise I will have to do it a little bit better than this. This could be one of those repairs that I forget about because it just works. It's very tight, it's not going anywhere. It will probably make the shifting feel better also. So this is good enough for now. So a bit of progress. I'm gonna fit that gator to the other side another day and then continue with the list of small stuff before the MOT. Next up, we'll probably be trying to solve the ABS issue. The light is on again, and I have a feeling that it could be not related to the sensors, but maybe the pump, and that could be quite complicated. I'm gonna try to find a wiring diagram so I can do some investigating, and then in the meantime just hope that it disappears, because it is disappearing from time to time, especially when it's very cold. Does it make sense? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.